Hello. The Dexter franchise appears to be doomed to fail. In the concluding scenes of the sequel series, New Blood, which aired 8 years after the original series ending in 2013, Michael C. Hall's serial killer was fatally shot. Or, at least, he appeared to be. More on that in a moment. On the surface, this event appeared to be the end of the road for one of the anti-hero era's defining characters, Hall, who had been performing the role for 15 years. Sure, another sequel, Resurrection, would transfer the torch to Dexter's son Harrison. But if Showtime wanted to continue wringing droplets from this blood-soaked cloth, the only way to go was back. Melodrama teaches an important lesson about values. Remarkably, the prequel, Dexter, Original Sin, aims to achieve a dual perspective. Not only does the 10-episode season, which critics were not given advance screenings of, take place in 1991, when a 20-year-old Dexter, Patrick Gibson, graduates from the University of Miami and works as a paid intern at the local police department. The show, developed by original Dexter showrunner Clyde Phillips, similarly challenges the apparent finality of New Blood. As it turns out, Dexter survived, and the events of Original Sin are framed as memories he ponders while on the operating table. Before presenting Gibson, the camera zooms down on the emergency room sign, which now says, the immediate, intractable problem with Original Sin is that the same superfans who make up its target audience are already familiar with its major events, as Dexter was packed with flashbacks. Christian Slater may be new to the role of Detective Harry Morgan, but it is long-standing Dexter lore that Harry assisted his adoptive son in channeling his dark passenger to more, debatably, constructive ends by targeting other killers. Even the name of his first victim, a nurse who preyed on her patients, is established in the canon. There aren't many holes in Dexter's early existence that Original Sin can cover. Original Sin chooses to steer into the skid, accepting repetition rather than putting forth much effort to avoid it. Dexter's co-workers Batista and Masuka are introduced exactly as they would be in the first series, right down to their costumes. Batista is a gregarious mensch in a hat, Masuka is a skeezy lek, and both have already been installed at Miami Metro. While Maria LaGuerta is given a past as a new detective who has publicly criticized the homicide department's excessive focus on white, well-off victims, she is not far distant from the woman she will become in 15 years. Gibson spends most of the premiere wearing a terrible wig with surfer curls. Towards the conclusion, he has Hall's hairstyle, and his inner monologue sounds remarkably similar to his predecessors. Hall returns in person for the opening scene but remains in the sound booth to deliver narration throughout. Dexter is only 20 years old, but he already has his MO down pat, which involves wrapping his victims and their surroundings in plastic to restrain them and allow for fast cleanup. His sister Deb, Molly Brown, is a spoilt adolescent, and Original Sin has a hint of freshness as a crazy family sitcom about a grieving family with terrible secrets. In 1991, Deb and Dexter's mother died. Dexter's first kill, instigated by a nurse poisoning Harry while he is in the hospital following a heart attack, is intercut with Deb's high school volleyball game. However, there isn't enough to dispel the notion that Original Sin is simply playing back the classics, down to a soundtrack of 90s hits like Ice Ice Baby. The program might have given Dexter more time to adjust. Instead, he satisfies his bloodlust and gets the job in 45 minutes of screen time.